Good evening, everybody. Welcome
Good evening
to Viewers Choice 2013.
The real people's power.
Free your mind. Like the beard?
Say no.
Hey, it grew in pretty good.
Okay.
Well, you want me to shave it all off again? Look like an alien?
You already look like an alien. Alright, so what are we going to start with tonight?
Let's do the review for Supernatural.
Alright, we're going to kick things off with Critics Corner, and we're going to review tonight's episode of Supernatural. Tonight's Supernatural, I believe, was entitled Heartache. Either Heart Attack or Heartache.
It was Heartache.
Heartache. So the episode started off with two joggers running through the park, of course, at night. And one, out of the blue, just decided to rip out the other guy's heart. So, of course, that led Sam and Dean to hop on the case to figure out which baddie was doing it. Was it a demon, a ghost, shit like that.
Vampires,
werewolf, whatever, any kind of bad thing that wanted to rip out a heart. Oh, he's taking medicine. He doesn't like it. Now look at his face. Look at his face. I'm sorry. Every time he takes that medicine, it's fucking comical. Sorry, I got off track. So, of course, like I said, Sam and Dean got on the case. And that led them to... it led them to...
Stop laughing.
I can't help it. You're fucking hilarious. So this case quickly led them to a mother because they found out that something about her quote-unquote son had died, and somehow people got his organs and became pretty much murderous.
Brick Ames.
What?
The guy's name was Brick Ames.
Yeah, the guy's name was Brick Ames, okay. But come find out that wasn't his only name. He changed his name throughout the years because he would never really age. He always looked the same. But apparently the stress of it got to him. His mother was in fact, in the beginning, his wife or girlfriend or lover. And as the time went by, and
as he did not age,
she aged. And the thought of, her not being with him kind of drove him to commit suicide. And he happened to invoke a Mayan god who was like god of like sport and harvest and shit like that. And he demanded sacrifices. 2 to be exact. And as long as he fulfilled the sacrifices, he would never age. So all that drove him to kill himself because he didn't want to live without her. Kind of selfish because now she lived without him. So.
Right.
So everyone who got his organs was pretty much infected by the spell that he invoked the Mayan god with. And it drove them to rip out hearts, other organs, and shit like that. Care to chime in at all? You're just gonna play with your feet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was chiming in. I was talking too. You were in the middle of a sentence. I was gonna cut in. Okay. Okay. Come on. Fine. So, like you said, through the years, the old lady became his mom. But once was his wife. And the evil bitch of the West.
Evil bitch of the West.
A girl had a heart failure, got a heart transplant, and received Brick's heart. So therefore, he lived within her.
Every organ that was taken from his body was pretty much a way for him and the Mayan god to live through them. So the guy in the beginning who ripped out the other jogger's heart, he pretty much became superhuman. He got stronger, he got faster. And apparently every recipient of this guy's organ had some kind of medical fuck up. Like the guy with that ripped out the jogger's heart had a health scare. The girl who had his heart had
Heart failure.
or heart attack. But there was the other guy who we didn't really explain much on how he got the organ. So the only way to end it all was to destroy the actual heart that started it all. Rick's heart, which was in the girl.
So there was a little rustle and bustle inside of a strip joint, and Dean grabbed the knife.
He had a little hard time at first because he got beat up by two middle-aged fat guys, and then he had this Xena warrior princess type bitch ready to rip his chest out. And then Sam saves the day by knocking dude upside his head with, I think it was a lamp.
It was something.
Yeah. And then Dean just, gutted the bitch. And that essentially broke the
spell.
Yeah, broke the spell. And they all died. Boo-hoo. They died.
And we didn't catch the previews for next week.
Actually, I caught the preview, and it was kind of really hard to get the gist of, but basically, from what I saw, the preview of next episode is about some campers. They go camping, and some weird shit happens, and they all end up turning into something. One looked like it was a vampire because it bit into somebody and had a face covered in blood and shit like that. But then the other one had these really long, sharp claws. I was like, oh, shit.
No.
So, yeah. It looks like it's going to be pretty good.
And what do you give tonight's episode?
I give tonight's episode 4.5.
4.5. I think it could have been better.
Yeah.
But what do you expect? They normally do like 2 great episodes followed by a mellow episode. Then another great episode.
Because the majority of the episode in of itself, in between all the hunting and the investigation and shit like that, they continuously spat about Sam wanting to quit the job once they were able to seal the gate to hell. So I'm pretty sure that's going to keep coming up throughout the season.
Yep. All right. Well, be right back.
All right. This was our review for Supernatural episode called Heartache. We will be right back with people watching it in the news.
Don't go anywhere, bitches.